Jordan Poole, the other thing, the issue is the Warriors didn't pay him so that he plays pick and roll and feeds Wiseman all day, right? There's a reason they paid him 140 million, and it's for him to make a big impact for them from a scoring standpoint. Because first and foremost, Jordan Poole is a scorer. Obviously, today he went off because he was in the starting lineup, but trying to cater to all this young guy situation, and it's taking
Yeah, I think
opportunities away from it. It's taking away his driving space. I've seen it. He has to constantly settle for a shot because there's nowhere to drive with a guy like Wiseman in there, right?
because they
So
don't
I
know
don't know
where
if
to
you see
be.
that.
I see it. I see it. But like I said, that is the reason why. When you look at him when he plays with the first unit, he's getting those opportunities because the first unit guys know where the pass needs to be. Steph knows where the pass needs to be. Draymond knows. You look at Wiggins. Wiggins struggled today. You know what I'm saying? Because he plays some with the second unit guys with Moody, Kuminga, and I'm just gonna say it, put it out there. And Kuminga, this is third year playing professional basketball. Not his second, it's his third year. He spent a year in the G League with Team Ignite, learning
Mm,
defense, learning professional offensive patterns, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? He is just he's just he doesn't have the mind for it, in my opinion. I don't think
yeah,
mentally the IQ. I don't think that's him. I think he definitely has the athletic ability and the skill set, but it's about knowing when to use that skill set and when to do certain things. We've all seen him grab a rebound and just dribble up the court and turn the ball over and look around like, what? Damn. Like he doesn't understand. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know if he's that guy for the Golden State Warriors. Maybe in the long run, but will he be willing to take a reduced role? Less money when it's time to re up him and so forth. I don't know, but I know Moody is a gym rat. Jordan, Looney, people don't understand. Jordan and Andrew Wiggins have an amazing friendship. You know what I'm saying? And despite what happened with Draymond, like, they'll never be the friends they were before. Give y'all a story uh, uh, um, that was told to me. Jordan is out with friends and family one night, and it was like nine of them or whatever. The check comes, and the waiter's like, "Nah, it's already been taken care of." They're like, "What you mean?" And Draymond had a booth, a private little room next to theirs, and had paid the bill. Something like $3,000, $4,000. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the exact number is. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I apologize, but it was a huge bill. Draymond already paid it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was taking care of his young boy. He was taking care of his rook. You know what I'm saying? Which he wasn't a rookie anymore, but it's always that. It's a veteran rookie relationship. So I mean, you also have to look at the fact that the team chemistry is not perfect because of that early situation. They're going to struggle, but they will come through this with flying colors. I guarantee it.
yeah,
Yo,
I hope so because I felt like one of the things that I've noticed is that Draymond just less vocal. When Jordan Poole makes a defensive mistake, then Draymond would be the guy that would be really on him, right? But after this, how can he speak up towards Poole after what he did? It
yo,
makes it a
Jeff.
very
It's
tricky
starting to come
situation.
back. They're dapping each other up. They're fighting each other on the way back to huddles and dapping each other. They're not talking. They're not doing what they used to do. But I think time heals all
Jordan had a
wounds.
couple dimes to him
You know?
today on the
Yeah,
roll.
yeah. They're
Yeah,
they're
yo, Jeff.
professionals in that aspect. I think in
Yeah.
time the chemistry will come back. I just don't think the personal relationship will be what it once was. Because it's like you can't. It's like and
It's
not
a shame,
comparing them
man.
girlfriend boyfriend. But imagine if you hit your girlfriend and your wife like that. She might still love you, but she might never love you the same.
Mm. I just wanted to say
Yeah,
about Clay, right?
that's
Clay,
tough.
because you're saying that he may be done as a starter, and I don't know, it's tough to say because we
No,
saw
not a
what he could
starter, a
do.
star. Like he,
Oh, a
I
star.
think, I
Okay.
think you have, I think you have to start him because of how much money he's made. He's earned the right to start, even if he doesn't play a ridiculous amount of minutes. I just don't think he'll be as effective as he once was because, he sat for 2 years. That timing and so forth is what they depend on. They see the game differently. You remember all the shots Clay would take, and it looked like the guy was going to block it, and they never could.
Yeah.
That millisecond, what I'm saying, is the difference between being a good shooter and a great shooter. I think
Well,
he's just a good shooter now.
what we didn't know is that because of the mental hurdles and such, he didn't get to play any pickup games over the summer, and that's a lot of missed, practice and just getting better, playing the game because he didn't want to. Obviously, the last time he played a pickup game, tore his Achilles, right? So I think that I want to believe that this is a matter of timing and just getting his legs under him and just because it seems like his shot. He's a shooter, and for his shot to be as off as it's been, I don't know if it's just shot selection, but I feel like his legs are just not under him.
I feel that. Yo, Jim, I had a question because I'm kind of like seeing like, I think Steve Kerr should be arrested.
Manny, I want you to be serious right now. This is not a time for Manny.
Don't do that.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm upset with Steve Kerr. I'm sorry.
I'm chill on Steve Kerr at this point in time. I'm more worried about the overall continuity. On the overall continuity of what the team is doing defensively. Everything is just such a mess, and obviously.
Jim, can I ask you this though? What do you, in terms of, do you think this is an X's and O's thing?
I don't think this is with the rookies, absolutely. Well, with the rookie, not the rookies, but the kids, like they're just fundamentally not sound. There are levels to how off you can be in terms of fundamentals, right? And with Wiseman, we already talked about it. He's not an NBA level defender. He came into the league not ready to defend, right? And when you come into the league without something,
that's not true. He averaged 3 blocks a game in the few games he played in college. That's solid.
But he only played a couple games, bro. Like he missed most of the season.
College competition and NBA competition were two different things we're talking about, right?
And his
reaction time is just so slow.
He doesn't even know how to do that.
3 blocks. He's got 3 blocks through 6 games. His reaction time is just so slow. He's like a second or two too slow.
Wait, Mark,
by the time he jumps, the shot is already up.
I know.
Yeah, but he needs playing experience, though.
You gave your thoughts on Moody and right. What are your thoughts on Wiseman?
He needs a lot of time. Like, this guy hasn't played basketball really in 3 years. Like, really, he didn't play in college. He didn't play his rookie year. His sophomore year is done. I mean, is this his 4th year or 3rd year?
It's his 3rd year in the NBA.
It's his 3rd year in the NBA, so he hasn't played ball in 4 years. Let's say it. 4 years. Like, that's true. He's a project right now.
Exactly.
And they got to figure out, are they going to get rid of him, keep him? You know, like, I mean, you know what? I think it'll be criminal if the Golden State Warriors actually got a good big man. I just don't think God blesses you with everything. Because that's the only thing they're missing is rim protection. Because John Morant was able to walk into 3-pointers. You know why last year? Because he's attacking the rim at a crazy rate. You're not blocking a shot. There's no rim protection down there. Draymond's good, but he's not a rim protector that's going to stop that kid. If you had a rim protector in Wiseman, which is what we hope, they blow everybody out.
Feet, Mark, you don't think he has slow feet? He's very slow. Wiseman. Yeah, reaction time wise, like it's crazy. My thing is, right, if he comes into the league not ready as a defender, if somebody comes into the league without a shot, it's going to take that player years and years and years, if ever, to actually get a reliable shot. And for me, defense is the same. If you come into the league as a defender, then you can develop that and get much better. But if you come into the league without it, then that's going to take many, especially for a center, for a 7-footer, right? That's going to take like 4, 5, 6 years.
That's the first thing they're supposed to be good at in today's game. The centers have to be, need to be really good rebounders and defenders. Not necessarily shot blockers, but at least deter shots and so forth. And Wiseman isn't that because of all the stuff he went through. He did too much. Like, he was getting bad advice. Even when I was watching his pre-draft training, I was like, why do they have him doing all that dribbling and showing he can shoot jump shots off the dribble? He's in a dunker spot in the pros. What are they doing? And everybody's like, nah, man, you hating. I'm not hating. I've been telling the truth. And now look at him. He has no clue on how to play in the mid post, or he really doesn't know how to run pick and roll that well. He can't catch the ball.
So, I want him to develop. This is what I'm saying. I want him to develop and become the potential that he can be on a different team, because his trajectory and where the Warriors are right now for the next 2, 3, 4 years, the timeline is it doesn't work. And then you have to pay him, right? You're paying him $10 million this year. You're paying him nearly $11 million next year. And then you're gonna what? What are you gonna do? You're gonna pay him. You couldn't even pay Gary Payton. How are you gonna pay James Wiseman? It just doesn't work. If he's not gonna be able to, if the Warriors are not gonna be able to use him this year or next year, or possibly even the year after that. It's like, what is the point? Why are you spending this much money on this guy?
Well,
let him go somewhere where he can actually develop and on his own timeline.
Yeah, but
right?
what big are you going to get for $10 million?
What's Miles
It
Turner?
doesn't even have to be. You can get a power forward. You
area?
just need to get a solid piece that you know that you can use come playoff time. That's the biggest thing for me.
Wait, what about
Like
Miles
who?
Turner? How
Well,
much
Mark.
is he under?
Well, his
Well, Mark,
money, they can't afford him. Golden State already spending $500 million on salaries. What else
Mark,
y'all want?
So my thing with who, right, is that you never really know who's available for any given player, what franchise wants this player until you put a guy on a market. And then the teams will be like, what can we do to get this guy?
You're proving the point. Here's the point. You have to show that Wiseman is a piece. You have to show his. Here's the thing with contracts. I try to tell people about contracts. Why you can't sit players that make a lot of money is because you devalue their contract without playing with. If you don't play them, and they have numbers to kind of say, okay, well, we're paying. They're paying. He got paid 20 million a year. He averaged 14 points, 6 rebounds. All right, he's worth what that contract is because somebody's gonna have to eat that contract. You know what I'm saying? Or make it make sense. With Wiseman, $10 million a year, that's rookie money, number 2 money, or whatever. We get it. But still, he has no stats but to back that $10 million up. So you gotta get him
scoring at scoring at an elite rate.
Mark is right.
And teams like scorers. We know that NBA teams are stupid and they like to pay for guys who can score. They don't care. They don't necessarily care about winning, right?
Those guys in the front office, most of the guys in the front office are like Ivy League guys, bro. I know I got a couple kids there now. Like they know the game. It's just a matter of the chess. It's not checkers, it's chess. You know, the numbers, who these players are. It's not like there's a bunch of elite role-playing bigs out there that you could just grab up or exchange or have pieces for. Because the problem is in our country, the kids are being taught the wrong way. So guys aren't being told, yo, you can be an elite role player and make it to the NBA. Everybody thinks they need to dribble. Let me tell you a quick story. Dwight Howard, when he was in high school, he went to play for the Atlanta Celtics, right? One of the negotiations in him playing for the Celtics was that they would allow him to dribble the ball up the court every now and then. So that's why he wore number 12, because he wanted to be able to dribble the ball like a guard. That's the idiocy we're dealing with when it comes to basketball in this country. Like they literally had to negotiate that he could wear number 12 like a guard and he could bring the ball up a couple times. He was 6'11". You know what I'm saying?
6'11" with like a 40-inch vertical.
Yes.
So why?
You shouldn't be shooting jumpers when you're 6'11" with a 40-inch vertical.
He should be playing point guard.
Hold up.
That makes total sense based on how his career went. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes total sense.
Wait, I have a question.
Mark, you're saying that there are Ivy League guys everywhere, right? Ivy League guys are not basketball guys. You know Devin Williams, yes? I know you know Devin Williams. And the other day, the guy said exactly the opposite of what you just said, which is that he's been involved in terms of like the draft process and this kind of thing and seeing what the front offices are doing in terms of how they're drafting guys and whatever. And he was like, these people have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing, which is
so you're saying Devin Williams said that?
Yes.
Well, less than 10 years ago, Devin Williams was homeless. So it's not like he's the smartest guy in the world.
Wait a minute.
I mean, Devin's my young boy. Devin is my young boy. Devin's one of the guys that I mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like Devin has wisdom because Devin has failed and Devin has gotten up, fought back, and he's a millionaire now. You know, Devin's one of the guys that I would call him and cuss him out. Get your ass up. You know, go ahead. You need to make your T-shirts. Put your stuff out. He's one of my guys. So for him to say that, that's not fair. That's an assumption. I have guys that are Ivy League guys that work in the NBA that know the game, but they also know there's a numbers game behind that, and it's a chess game because there's really smart people in those front offices. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. Those front office people get information disseminated to them by these scouts. They're sending scouts out all over the place to get information about your baby mama, your mama, spending habits, the crazy cousin, all these things. And when you put that information down in front of people, all they're doing is weighing it. They have a big board of 5 to 10 people they're interested in at each position. You know what I'm saying? And that's in a trade scenario, that's in the draft scenarios, and so on and so forth. So now you got to think everybody's playing chess. So it's not as easy as people think. So guys are thinking like, okay, well, just give this guy a chance. You can't do that. You can't. If it don't weigh the same, I'm not giving you a chance. Okay, think about it. The guys who average the most points in a game in college, those guys don't get drafted unless they have NBA resume measurements, speed, agility, the whole 9 yards. It's a totally different game. So I can understand Devin saying that from the outside looking in. It seems like it's easy. It seems like guys don't know what they're talking about. But unless he's gone through the evaluation process like I have for over 20 years, going to all these camps, talking to scouts, and we talk about the same thing. Like you really never know who you're drafting until you draft them, and then all the oh, he's a gym rat, all that stuff doesn't come to fruition. Now all of a sudden, okay, let me give you a perfect example. Gosh, what's the guy's name? He got drafted, played at Texas, plays for the the Orlando Magic right now, the 7-footer, 7'1". Somebody give me a name. 7'1", plays for Texas, plays for the Magic.
You talking about Bamba?
Bamba, Mo Bamba. Bamba went to the draft combine in a perfectly tailored suit. He sat there. He did not work out. He went through every he met with every NBA team. He didn't have to, but he met with them. He gave great interviews. Amazing. Mo Bamba's rookie year, he was late for damn near every meeting, every practice. You know what I'm saying? He didn't work on his game at all. And then I remember after COVID came back, he put on 30 extra pounds, not muscle, just pounds. And this is a kid who is extremely intelligent. But they had to draft him to see that it was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, it's not fair when we talk about these executives that we don't know. Yes, there are some relics that need to be removed. You know what I'm saying? But that's a hard thing to forecast greatness. Because if that was the case, why did Jordan Poole go 28th?
That's tough. And I don't know. It's just interesting to hear both of your perspectives because I respect the both of you a lot.
Why did Draymond Green go? What did he go? 41st, something like that in second round.
Why wasn't Klay top 5?
Why did Jokic go in the second round? Like you see, what
but this is partly why I'm saying there's incompetence in a lot of front offices.
Why was Stephen Curry 7th?
No, but you're saying opposite of what we're saying.
Kobe was 14.
We're saying that it's hard. Like it's a gamble. Any which way you go, it's a gamble when you draft these kids because you never really like. If we go back and look at the draft, that's why it's a popular thing now. Hey, let's redraft this draft. The guys who were the top guys, they didn't perform in the NBA like top guys. The number 2 pick in the draft sometimes is always the worst pick if you look at it over the history of the NBA. The guys who go number 2, if we did a room and just talked about the worst number 2 picks, you guys will be astonished. Guys that went number 2 and were trash in the league.
Yeah.
James Wiseman went number 2.
Unfortunately.
Shout out to Andre Bargnani.
No!
Because you crazy, bro.
Why didn't we play PBJ and Ryan Rollins over Anthony Lamb and Ty Jerome? Why are we giving our rookies a chance? Like that's I don't know.
Wasn't KD number 2 pick? Wasn't KD a number 2 pick?
And he hates it to the day.
Hey, Mark, we may not agree on Steve Kerr, but all respect to you. You know that.
Nah. I love this room, man. That's why I come in here, man. You guys are amazing, bro.
Jim, you see eye to eye, bro.
Hey, Mark.
Situation.
Mark, what's your thoughts on the Celtics?